All right, so now we are going to understand much in detail about the comparison of non-clinical and clinical, right? So let's compare side by side non-clinical and clinical on the factors we discussed initially. So initial expenditure in clinical is around 8 to 10 lakhs. In terms of non-clinical, it is 2 to 3 lakh rupees. Competition in clinical is only MBBS students. In non-clinical, it is MBBS, BDS, physiotherapists, all possible options. Course entry in clinical is difficult because residency programs you need to apply very much in advance, plan things, so it is not that easy. Tuition fees in clinical is 0, non-clinical average is 50 lakh rupees. Value of degree in clinical is global. If you have a PG from America, clinical PG, you can settle in majority of English speaking countries and India also. Non-clinical courses, the demand is course specific. As I told you, public health is valued only in that country. Other courses are popular everywhere. Return on investment in clinical, you get all the money whatever you have invested. While you are doing PG, you are able to recover all the money. So if the parents ask you, मैं इन्वेस्ट करूंगा, आप रिटर्न कब तक आएगा, तो you can always tell them कि PG के दौरान ही मैं सारे पैसे लौटा दूंगा. So that is the opportunity which you have. Okay. Now, what about non-clinical? Non-clinical courses, minimum return of investment happens 3 to 5 years after PG. Minimum 3 to 5 years after PG is when you have your return on investment. I hope it is clear. Okay. So return on investment will be 3 to 5 years after PG. Clear? Am I making sense? Demand back in India. So demand back in India, let me tell you, minimum, okay? If you consider the demand back in India, clinical courses, you approach any top-notch hospitals in India, you ask them, you check out their websites, whether it is residency or fellowship, people are settled at a very high position in the India. Okay, those who have done residency from there. In non-clinical, it is very course specific. In non-clinical, it's going to be very course specific. Okay. Long-term career benefits. In clinical, there is a high income in demand, global professionals, strong chance of green card and later on settle in America. In non-clinical, demand depends on variable factors, immigration policies, which country later on you are planning to settle. So there are lots of factors involved in it. Okay. So you might settle or you might not settle in America. So probability to settle in America is 95% in clinical courses and 50% in non-clinical courses. So this is going to be very, very important. Very good question. Is there any website for non-clinical like Frida? No, because non-clinical courses are offered by lots of students. Okay, lots of universities, and there are different courses. For example, there is a non-clinical program coming in sports management. Okay, from the healthcare side. Now these are new programs, so there is no fixed website. Every individual university websites you have to see, and you need to check the ranking of university also, because we are paying tuition fee. So it's going to be very important. Bhumika is asking, what are the new changes in USMLE? Can you talk about it? Bhumika, on USMLE and new changes, I do a separate session. This session is going to be completely focused on comparison. If you want to know much detail about USMLE, please get in touch with my team. We will be discussing much in detail about the this discussion. Good question. Will Trump administration decrease the chances to settle for clinical residency people? Rajdeep. First of all, Trump didn't come now. Trump है कब से है? 2015 से है. Since 2015 till date, every year people getting admission have increased. 2015, 49% of IMGs were getting admission. This year, 60% of IMGs have got admission. So yes, Trump administration has not come now. It is always there. It is always there. It was always there. So you don't have to take your decision based on that. You don't have to take decision based on that. Whether Trump administration rahega, nahi rahega, I am telling you, you don't have to take decisions like that. Please be very, very careful about that. Okay, it is going to be very important. You need to be very careful in your decision making, because in USMLE or in overall career planning process, this is going to be very important for you guys to understand. The choice is yours. Do your own research. Don't fall prey by people telling you certain things. Please don't do that. It is your career. It is your decision. Do not fall prey to what people are telling you. It is not going to be in your favor. I always tell people, ask questions, network. Now, if somebody says I want to become, let's say, a general surgeon in America, start finding people on Facebook, start finding people on LinkedIn who are general surgeons. Somebody says I want to do something in healthcare and IT. This is a live example. I had a student 3 years ago from a private medical college in India. He said, sir, whatever I do, I don't want to get into in clinical. I am very clear. I have decided I want to make my career in non-clinical field only. I said, no problem. I showed him option of healthcare and IT. I showed him options of public health management, each and every option what I discussed with you. Finally, he liked the IT option. For his confidence, I told him, don't take a random decision. Take small IT related course right now when you are in India. Check out whether you are liking them or not. He actually checked the course modules of the university, picked up some short IT courses. He actually started liking those courses, and then based on that decision, he decided to consider. So guys, please understand, don't take decision ad hoc. You never know what can work for you, what cannot work for you. So be open in that sense. Be open in that sense. Okay, it will work out. Things will work out for you, but you need to be little bit creative in thinking and open-minded. Why am I stressing, and what was the whole reason for me to conduct this kind of session? Is very, very simple. The grapes are sour. Unfortunately, students, your friends, your seniors, certain education consultancy companies, agents, unfortunately will not give you the correct picture. Why? Because either they don't know about USMLE, or they don't deal with USMLE, or they don't know about public health, they don't know about health score information system. So they will tell you only one thing is good. No, you need to see pros and cons of each and everything. After analyzing each and everything, your decision has to be based on what you finally perceive is good thing for your career. I hope I am making sense, guys. I hope I am making sense for you, because ultimately this is your career. So I just want to ensure that your decision making patterns are also accordingly. All right. So do not do not take calls depending on what other people's opinions are. That is why in today's session, I always stress on the fact that you need to do your own research, because you know yourself better than anybody else. Nobody can actually, kind of plan things for you. You know yourself better than anybody else. Anybody else. Please, guys, understand this very, very clearly. All right. Am I making sense? Of course, I am. There are lots of questions. I am going to answer them all, but I wanted to make this appeal to each one of you. Your career, you are the driving. You should be on your driving seat of your career. You cannot outsource your career decision making on someone else. Please don't do that, because people, whether it's your seniors, whether it is anybody else, is going to be giving opinions only on his or her experience, not on what is right or wrong. So guys, please understand that and accordingly plan things. You need to be clear in terms of your ultimate goals. Whether it is non-clinical, whether it is clinical, is a different story. What is your ultimate goal? Do you want to do PG abroad, settle abroad? Do you want to do PG abroad, settle India? Do you want to do PG India, settle abroad? Or I have no idea, need a personal counseling? No problem, we will still discuss. But your perspective, for example, somebody says, I want to do PG abroad, settle abroad, and he says, I want to do dermatology. I will tell him not possible, because there is a official data for the last 15 years. How many people have been successful in clinical dermatology? Hardly 1 or 1.5% of people. So decision making is going to be on various career factors. So guys, accordingly plan things. Okay, there is nothing called as right or wrong. When I asked you about fees, I told you right answer is 0. But here it is your career. Few people feel, okay, I want to do PG abroad and settle. Some people feel, no, I want to do PG abroad and settle India. So it's your career, and accordingly search for right options. That is what I will recommend. Thank you very much, Dr. Abhishek, for your kind words. Thank you. How to get into a good MHA university? Absolutely, research papers are important. Absolutely, yes. Public health or any basic medical science field, if you are considering, definitely that career leads you to an academic or research profile. So yes, research becomes very important. Well, in case of USMLE, I can say it is important, but 50%. But in case of the public health, definitely if you have research papers, which you are going to kind of work around with your community medicine student, absolutely it will make sense. So yes, you should consider doing research. Topic doesn't matter, it's the overall process. Shubham is asking, sir, procedure of USMLE electives. Shubham, on electives, we will do a separate session. We will talk on that. I will show you my Moksh Academy channel also, where you get lots of updates. We'll talk about it. Thank you very much, Dikshita. I hope you like this session. Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate your feedback. Question on PLAB and AMC. Lakshay, I do a global medical license webinar very regularly, in which I not only discuss PLAB, I discuss on PLAB, Australian Medical Council, Singapore, Canada, New Zealand, German, all options we discuss. So please attend my global medical session. Thank you, Aishwarya. Thank you, Shagufta. Shugam, thank you. For 2017, next exam is important. Yes, Bhavya, that is what we are anticipating. The 2017 was the batch which took the what we call as the first NEET undergrad exam, and that is the same batch which is going to now give the next examination. Now that is the expectation and anticipation. Shefali is asking, should I consider USMLE for Dermat? I will say no. If you are aspiring for Dermat, please don't consider, because I have kind of taught lots of students and discussed much in detail with lots of students. I can tell you there are students who have done their residency in medicine in America, working under a dermatologist, getting experience for 10 years, but still they are not able to match into Dermat residency. So thank you, Bhakti. Thank you, Param. Thank you, Shraddha. Can I consider for USMLE for OBGY? No problem. OBGY is also a possibility. So when you talk about these specializations, okay, let me quickly tell you, those who are asking clinical fields in America, the reason I asked you this poll was because of the difficulty level. So if your choice is medicine, family medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry, neurology, these are comparatively the most easiest field. Then comes your pathology, radio, anesthesio. Surgery, OBGY, emergency medicine are comparatively difficult, wherein opthal, ENT and dermat are very, very, very competitive. Very few people get into. Easily, neurology, psychiatry is in the first number list. Aishwarya. Neha, immigration, you don't have to worry if you are considering clinical option. In times of COVID, when such big issues were there, every year the admissions are announced in March, and July PG starts in America. Those who get into the PG in US in 2020, they also got match. In 2020, they also started their PG in the month of July. Special flights, special visas, everything was arranged. So clinical field, don't worry. Absolutely, general surgery is also possible. So those who want to know a detailed session on USMLE, please be in touch with my counselors on these numbers or the people who gave you this session, and I'll be happy to help you. Dr. Manisha is asking, how can I get rankings of public health? Rankings actually vary on lots of websites, but one ranking which I feel is comparatively you can say better or authentic than others is the usnews.com. Okay, so you can type your US news ranking, and you can type MPH. Okay, so US ranking is comparatively not that biased. So because ranking is important in terms of non-clinical. Why? Because you are going to pay tuition fees. So if you have to pay money, definitely you should do the number one. It doesn't make sense joining a third grade college and paying 50 lakh, 60 lakh rupees. So US News is the genuine ranking body if you are to consider a public health course. Okay, and there is no doubt about it. Number one is John Hopkins in terms of public health. No second doubt about it. Anybody wants to do anything in public health, John Hopkins is the number one. So yes, this is the website usnews.com, which you can refer for the correct rankings. Prefer the universities which are there in top 20. Please don't go below that. It will not going to help you much. All right. Can we go for clinical rotation? So I see lots of questions on clinical rotation. Clinical rotations, okay. Those who have so many questions should do one thing, because I do a session on that itself is a big long session. So I will recommend you to go to Moksh Coaching YouTube channel, and I will recommend you to watch a video. I've done a detailed 1.5 hour video on clinical rotation. In fact, the Moksh Coaching YouTube channel, you'll get lots of information very regularly. So refer to that channel. You should get lots of information here on this YouTube channel. Okay, so you should like and subscribe, and every information will be given to you on a very clear manner. And you can always watch those videos, comment, and if you feel you want a clarification, again you can come back to my counselors, and they will give you a further clarity. That's not a problem. Okay, Great. Okay, Ibadat is saying, sir, Prime Minister Trump is rejecting lots of visa. First of Ibadat, he is President Trump is not Prime Minister. Second thing, he is not rejecting visa. He has put restrictions on visas for IT, management, and those kind of fields, not on healthcare. In case of healthcare, please understand, my friend, there is a huge shortage. Prior to Corona only, there was a huge shortage. After Corona, they have realized how much doctors they require. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Let me quickly show you. There are lots of students asking about clinical electives and rotations and things like that. So I will quickly ask you to watch this video. I have to show you that video because it is important. All right, yeah, this is the video. I will ask my colleague to share this link also with you. Those who want this video, in fact, they can get this video also, not a problem. There are handouts attached which you can download for your reference, not a problem. Are there any website for profiles of Indian students being matched into America? No, there is no single website. Every hospital published their own data. Okay, you have to check. Right? So the question from Ibadat is, how can I find Indian students get to America in clinical fields? So see, understand, for clinical, you will not find one website. There are lots of websites which you need to check. Okay. So, I mean, I can just show you how you can find. You can just type PG. Okay, PGY1 current residence. When you type PGY1 current residence, okay, and I will type internal medicine. Example, I can show you for internal medicine. You can check it for any specialization. Okay, internal. Excuse me with this keyboard. There's some issue with my keyboard, so I have to kind of use a virtual keyboard. Okay. So if you type this and you type India, okay. So you will be able to see how, people who have done USMLE and are getting those salaries and working on a free PG in America. So, but every hospital has their own list. This is not like a master list, okay? So this is just one of the hospital in America. You can see how students studying in Indian Medical College, MS Ramaya, Amrita, Surba, CMC, AFMC, Pondicherry, Stanley, Padman Mahavir, GMC Thiruvananthapuram, Bharatiya Vidyapit Pune, GMC Thrissur, Chengalpattu, AFMC Kempegowda, All India Medical College, New Delhi, Stanley Medical College, Devrajars, Kilpauk, Tongji, Osmania, Madras Medical College. So this is how you can check it for each and every hospital, because every hospital publishes their own list. Grant Medical College, Bombay. So Government College, Akola. So it's not that I have to be from AIIMS only, then I will get admission in America. NRI Guntur, BJ Medical College, Pune, Chhattisgarh Institute of Medical Science, Maulana Azad, MAMC, Amrita, Guntur. So basically, there is no criteria as such, in terms of if you are in, if you are working hard and getting those marks, yes, there is a possibility for you as well. All right, how to get into surgery residency? It's a completely big session for me. I do a complete different session, so you should get in touch on our USMLE webinar where you can talk about each and every residency. All right, great. Thank you very much, students. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. Do give us a feedback on kind of sessions you want in future as well. This session was designed because lots of students, came to our counselors and asked us, sir, what about non-clinical courses? And that is why we decided to conduct this session. So yes, any new ideas you guys have, we can talk about that in detail.